Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Clear Path of the Warrior Guide. Season 1, Episode 1. The Shadow Realm. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. 24 hours, that's it. That's all any of us get. The man building an empire, 24 hours. The man destroying himself in a dark room, 24 hours. The billionaire, the addict, the father who shows up, the father who disappeared. Same clock, same day, same number. So tell me something. If we all get the same amount of time, why don't we all get the same life? You already know the answer. You may not just have said it out loud. It's not the time. It's what's driving the man who's spending it. I've chased money, women, desires. I've chased success. I've even chased status. I've chased every external thing that I thought would save me. And every single road led me back to the same place, myself. If you're tired of the noise, tired of the addictions, tired of the masks, trying to carry a life that doesn't feel like it's yours anymore, walk with me. This is Season 1, The Shadow Realm. The map of the prison most men die inside without ever knowing they were even locked up. And this, Episode 1, is where we find the key. The same clock, but different results. Let's start with something that nobody can argue with. Every human being alive right now standing inside the same 24 hours. The clock doesn't care who you are. It doesn't speed up for the rich. It doesn't slow down for the broken. It gives every single day the same amount to everyone. And yet, one man takes those hours and builds something that outlives him. Another takes the exact same hours and burns his life to the ground. Most men do neither. They just drift. They spend the hours. They don't even use them. They get to the end of the day and they couldn't even tell you where it all went. So if the time is identical, the difference isn't the time. The difference is the choices. What you say yes to, what you say no to. What you pick up, what you put down. What you chase and what you avoid. Your life is not the sum of the hours. Your life is the sum of choices inside of those hours. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. If I just stop there, then I've just given you another motivational speech. Make better choices. Thanks. Real helpful. No. That's not it. We're going to dive deeper than that because the real question isn't what you choose. It's who's actually doing the choosing. Choices come from perception. Here's the truth most people never trace back. You don't make choices based on reality. You make choices based on your perception of reality. The version of the world you carry inside of your head. That lens, that filter. Two men walk into the same room. One sees opportunity, one sees threat. Same room, different worlds. Because they're not responding to the room. They're responding to the story they've been running about the room. You don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are. Your perception decides what's possible, what's dangerous, what you deserve, what you're capable of, who you're allowed to become. Every choice you make passes through that lens first. So if your choices build your life and your perception builds those choices, then change the perception and you change everything downstream from it. But that raises the real question. The one the whole episode is walking around. Where did your perception come from? Did you choose it? The program. Here's the part nobody wants to sit with. You didn't write most of what's running inside you. Before you could talk, you were absorbing. Before you could think, you were being shaped. Before you even got to vote, the world was already installing the operating system you would spend the rest of your life running. Your parents, their fears, their wounds, what they praised, what they punished, what got you love and what got you silence, your culture, your religion, handed down to you before you even understood it. Your teachers, your friends, every screen you ever stared into, every message about what a man is, what success is, What's allowed, what's not allowed. You were programmed, not as an insult, but as a fact every human is. By the time you were old enough to ask, what do I believe? There were already a stack of beliefs in there answering for you, in your voice, so it felt like you. That's the trap. The program doesn't feel like a program. It feels like you. Feels like your personality, your taste, your common sense, that's just how I am. And here's what's so hard to break. Those beliefs become patterns. Those patterns become a path. You have walked on this path so many times, it turned into a groove into the ground. And now you don't even feel like you're choosing it. You just follow it every day, automatically. The groove is comfortable, that's the danger. It's not comfortable because it's good for you. It's comfortable because it's familiar to you. Most men live in their entire life inside those grooves. They never dug, chasing things that they never actually chose, calling it freedom, the wake up. So here's the question that started the whole journey for me, and I want you to actually let it land. What time did you wake up? I don't mean this morning, I mean what time in your life did you actually wake up and realize not every belief running you is yours? That some of them were handed to you, embedded so early, so deep, that you never thought to even question that. For most men, the answer is never. They never wake up. They run the program until the day they die, and they call it life. But you're here, you're listening to this, which means something in you is already stirring. The work, the whole work, starts with one act of separation. Looking at the belief running your life and asking, is this mine or was this installed? Because here's the thing, not every belief needs to go. Some of them are gold. Some of what you were given will serve you for the rest of your life. The work isn't to burn it all down. The work is to finally choose to audit, to keep what's true and release what was never yours. But understand this clearly, that belief embedded since childhood, it won't leave quietly. It became a pattern. The pattern became you. So disregarding it is hard. It will fight to stay. It will feel like you're losing a part of yourself. That difficulty, that resistance, that is the work. That is the real freedom. That is the real you. That's not the obstacle on the path. That is the path. Now, if the work is waking up and reclaiming your 24 hours, how do you actually do it? You can't optimize a life you don't understand the machinery of. So before the season goes any deeper, you have to know what you're actually working with. Because a human being isn't one thing, you're running 3 instruments. And most men neglect at least one of them and then wonder why their life is out of tune. The brain, the control center, thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, the program in itself. This is where the patterns live and where the rewiring happens. An untrained mind doesn't go quiet. It just runs the old program louder. Master the brain and you stop being the passenger of your own thoughts. We don't quiet the noise by force. We learn to see it for what it is. The body, the vehicle. Every hour you get is lived through the body. Tired body, weak choices. Strong body, strong signal, strong choices. The body isn't separate from the mind. It is the hardware that the mind runs on. You can't think your way into a different life while you're poisoning the machinery you have to live in. The body never lies. We'll come back to that one hard later in the season. The soul, the driver, underneath the program. The part that was there before the world got its hands on you. The you. That's been quietly watching this whole time. That knows when you're living a lie. That feels hollow no matter how much you achieve. When the soul is starved, no amount of money, desires, or any type of external success can fulfill it because you're feeding the wrong thing. Brain, body, soul. To truly use your 24 hours, you have to govern all 3. Neglect the brain, you stay programmed. Neglect the body, you got no vehicle to carry the work. Neglect the soul, you'll climb a whole mountain and find nothing waiting for you at the top. This season, we train all three. So let me leave you with the truth that this whole episode was walking around. You were handed 24 hours and you were handed a program to spend them with. A perception you didn't choose, beliefs you didn't write, patterns you never agreed to. And for most of your life, that program has been making the choices for you in your own voice and calling it your life. That's not freedom. That's the most comfortable cage ever built. And that cage has a name. And we're going to spend this whole season mapping it. We call this the shadow realm. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. I'm walking out of the shadow realm. I know the way because I've got lost in it. Walk with me.